Okay, let's move on to the next question. So which of the following statements describes an elastic demand? So A says Mary's quantity demanded of milk decreased by 8% when the price of milk rose by 5%. B says a fall in Ralph's income by 5% changes his demand for chocolates by 1%. C says I can't afford as many books because my income has fallen. And D says Tom's demand for apples does not change when the price of bananas rises. So let's quickly refresh ourselves on what elasticity demand is, and it basically is given by this equation, right? Elasticity demand is given by percentage change in quantity divided by the percentage change in price. So if we translate this into words, it's saying when price changes, how proportional is my change in quantity demand? And elastic demand is a version of this where this expression, is greater than 1. And what that means is that the quantity, if you look at the equation, the percentage change in quantity has to be greater than the percentage change in price for the elastic coefficient to be greater than 1. And so what does that mean in words? It means simply that a price change is disproportionately, causes a disproportionately large change in quantity demanded. And that's what we're looking for. So let's take a look at the answer choices to see what matches up with that prediction. A says that Mary's quantity demanded of milk decreases by 8%, so that's over here, 8%, when the price of milk rose by 5%, 5% here, so 8 divided by 5. That would give us a positive or above 1 elasticity coefficient, and that would be the correct answer to this question. But just to make sure, we can take a look at the other answer choices. So B says, a fall in Ralph's income by 5% changes his demand for chocolates by 1%. So first of all, right off the bat, we know this isn't going to be the right answer because this talks about a change in income affecting a change in demand, whereas we're looking for a change in price affecting a change in demand. So income elasticity of demand is an entirely separate coefficient, and so that's not what we're looking for here. C says, I can't afford as many books because my income has fallen. And again, income change is an entirely different form of elasticity compared to demand elasticity. So we're not going to be dealing with C. And finally D, Tom's demand for apples does not change when the price of bananas rises. But the difference is that we're talking about two different goods here, whereas for elastic demand, we will only want one good. What they're talking about in D is something called cross-price elasticity. Again, a completely separate type of elasticity. So we don't have to worry about that. So A is going to be the right answer here. Let's take a look at the previous tutor's answer. So the previous tutor said that the elasticity is showing the change in quantity which responds due to a change in price. If we write the formula for elasticity, then the numerator value is showing percentage change in quantity, right? And the denominator value shows the percentage change in price. Yep. If the numerator value of elasticity is greater than the denominator value, then we say that the demand is elastic. And if the denominator is greater than the numerator, then we call it inelastic. From the given options, option A is the correct option because it shows that the percentage change in quantity is greater than the percentage change in price. Good answer, and we can mark that as correct.